Hi, this is Felipe. Welcome to the Postmodern family. In this episode, I'm just going to catch you up to speed on what's going on in our life, given that we've been feeding you a steady diet of reaction videos. So you guys must be wondering what's going on. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. So baby boy number 3 was born about 3 weeks or so ago, and we had prepared for his coming by recording a lot of reaction videos. Now he came a couple weeks early. We thankfully had prepared ahead of time, and but we did have to deploy those videos sooner than we expected. So you're seeing a lot of comedy reactions and news reactions and things like that. I know there's a lot of you that enjoy that, but some of you probably miss our just getting to know the family and seeing what's going on. So this is an attempt to catch back up. So as I said, the baby was born about 3 weeks ago. Everything was healthy, everything was great. Born at home, born in the pool in our bedroom, and everyone is healthy, everyone is recovering. His name is Winston, so he will join Doris and Humphrey in the family here in England as Winston, and so we can refer to him as Winnie or any other pet names, but he is sleeping, feeding, and just pooing as normal baby things. It has been the smoothest delivery, smoothest reception of a new baby in our family, so really pleased and thankful to God for that. Just join me on check out how I make breakfast and lambast me in the comments about how I maybe do things incorrectly, but I've had to step up my game. I haven't cooked in ages, so I really needed to help the family and come through. So check it out. So I've managed to get this morning routine down pretty down packed. So in 25 minutes, I do the following. Exactly 25 minutes. I empty the dishwasher, put everything back in its proper place. I cook 3 sausages, 2 slices of bacon, 2 eggs. Usually this morning she wanted 1 egg. I brew some tea, and I make that weird yogurt concoction that you'll see in the video. And serve it with a little glass of milk for Humps and a glass of water for Doris. So all that in 25 minutes. I'm pretty pleased with it taking that little time. At first it was like 35-40 minutes because I didn't know where to optimize the series of things, how to order everything. But yeah, so the morning they get cooked, all 3 of them get cooked breakfasts, and I've been doing that for 3 weeks. I've been preparing the breakfast, and I've been instituting a clean immediately upon use policy. Lillian is a kind of, I'll clean it at some point eventually, and so it's just very sort of immediate focus. Like, okay, make the breakfast so that we can eat it. And then all the dishes just get put in the sink or around the sink, and they'll get cleaned later. But I've been trying to institute a leave it better than I've left it, than I found it policy, and hopefully that sets the standard. Yeah, so another thing I've been doing is loading the dishwasher. So I think running the dishwasher was a random event, depending on when it got full or when it didn't get full. But I've seen households where it gets run every night. So kind of the household expects that through the day there'll be enough dishes to run the dishwasher. I mean, clearly if there's only 1 dish in the dishwasher, it doesn't get run at night. But usually there's 3/4 to a full dishwasher. And that just sets up the routine of running it at night and emptying it in the morning. And therefore every day there's clean dishes. There's no, oh wait, I have to wash this dish to use it. So I think that's a pretty, I'm getting on my project management. I don't eat breakfast, I just have a tea. So the routine has been, I do the cooked breakfast in the morning for all three of them. I empty the dishwasher and I leave the kitchen like it was clean. They have that yogurt, which I don't seem to be doing properly according to Lillian. It's too watery in consistency. It's some thing that ferments for a day with milk, and it curdles the milk or something. I don't quite know. I don't have it. I hate it. It tastes very sour to me. You let it ferment for a day, and then when it's served, she serves it with some cocoa powder, which is a bit bitter. So then we put a few drops of stevia sweetener, which is a low glucose natural sweetener. And so that gets in there. And what I've managed to do is work out what processes can happen in parallel. So it used to be that I would just do everything in series. I would empty the dishwasher. Once that was done, I would start cooking the sausages and the bacon. And once that was done, I would do the next thing. So now what I do is, given that we do the sausages and the bacon in that convection oven, I just have to do 10 minutes one side and then flip it, and then do another 10 minutes on the other side. So all told, it's about 45 minutes to an hour to cook and then return the kitchen to its previous original state. So I'm pretty pleased with that routine, and it's nice to help out now that Lillian is still recovering from. That's it for the routine. Some of the things that I've incorporated since I've been helping out is putting a greater emphasis on Doris helping out. So she's been really good girl about wiping her brother's face after all meals, not just breakfast. And there's a routine that I've established that she helps out with. So after everyone's finished eating, she brings all the plates that are on the table to the sink. She cleans her brother up and lets him off the booster seat so he can roam and do whatever. He brings a cup. He's still not ready to do a lot of helping, but we're starting to get him into it. So he'll bring a glass or something back to the kitchen. But then she wipes the table down and then sweeps underneath the table for crumbs and stuff. And she really enjoys it. She really likes being part of the family, part of the effort to feed and take care of the house and everyone. So I'm really happy for her spirit of helpfulness in that. It's really rare. I think some kids just don't want to help at all, and she really enjoys helping. So we're really blessed with that helpful spirit. I've been doing a little bit of work. We've had some furloughs on site. Over 50% of the site's on furlough. I'm not on furlough, thankfully. We're chipping away. I'm trying to support the site as best I can while having a newborn in the family, but at the same time not trying to overextend myself. So I've set up a pretty rigorous structured schedule that we generally keep quite well to, because I'm bringing sort of that work feel to the house a little bit. After breakfast is done, then Doris does homeschool and Humphrey just runs wild, basically. We don't quite know what to do with him yet. But basically, I look after the two oldest kids for as much as I can, while Lillian focuses 100% on Winnie. And so Lillian usually comes in around the homeschool time, because Doris begins with practicing in the morning around 9:30. So breakfast is about 7 to 8. They have a bath 8 to 9, while I do 1 hour of work 8 to 9 in the morning. I get on a few calls and things. And then 9 to about 11:30, Doris does violin, piano, and singing, and then gets into her academic studies, which is math, spelling, handwriting, and Chinese. And then lunch hits, which, as I said, people have been bringing food to us, which is a great blessing. Incredible recipes, incredible meals. Usually I reheat something that's left over from one of those meals for lunch. And then after lunch we go for a walk from about 12 to 1. There's a cemetery nearby, a war cemetery from the Crimean War, even, I think, from basically Victorian times. And it's really amazing to go and look at some of the tombstones and read the stories and tell the kids about how no greater love is there than to give your life for your friend. And so for soldiers to surrender their last breath for the protection of their brothers and their families and their country is an important thing to teach early on. And so we take our walk and we go through the cemetery and we read some of the gravestones, and they really enjoy that. And then at 1, Humphrey goes for his nap. A 1 hour and a half. I wish it would go for 2 hours. So then I do another hour or so of work from 1 to 2 while Doris continues her homeschooling. And then Humps wakes up 2:30, and then they're then meant to play outside from 2:30 to about 3:30. Go into the back garden, do something outside. And I'll do some reading, or I'll do some coding. I'm picking up some Python and taking a data science course through Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. Just trying to pick up some additional skills while the lockdown occurs, and so when we come out of this, I have more to offer in case there's a depression of some sort. Then around 4:30, dinner begins to be heated up. Someone's brought us dinner and we put it in the oven or something, and 4:30 to 5:30 we have our dinner, and then 5:30 to 6 we do a Bible study in Spanish. So I read the Bible in Spanish, and then I ask the kids questions about what they've heard. Basically now it's just identifying words that they recognize. They're not understanding anything. And then comes the evening, the bedtime routine time. So I spent about half hour examining the kids about what they learned today. So Humphrey, I'll say, do a push-up, because I taught him a push-up. Ask him to do a push-up, ask him to identify some numbers, and Doris, just what she's learned in school today, just to get that accountability. Now there's one bedtime routine, one room. It's all done in one shot around 7 o'clock, and then 6:30 onward is completely free. And so thankfully Winnie has been very, very good. He's not really fussy. I mean, he does wake up 2 or 3 times a night to feed, but Lillian's been able to put him down for sleeping in the daytime, 3 hours, 4 hours sometimes. And it hasn't been a massive adjustment, as much as I thought. I thought it'd be pretty chaotic and be strained and exhausted. She's pretty much in her own world with the baby and taking care of him, feeding him, and changing him. I still haven't changed one nappy of the newborn, so feel free to go crazy in the comments about what that represents. But I've been looking after the 2 oldest kids, and gained a little better appreciation of what it takes to look after a house. I have a bit of a different standard of how things should be done in terms of cleanliness and orderliness, so I hope that continues, but I do appreciate how the amount of effort it takes, and so I think I'll perhaps exercise a little bit more patience and forbearance in my expectations. But yeah, it's been a joy really to spend time with the kids a lot, and that balance of work and family. I do wish I had more work. I want to do more coding, more Python, but it's been good to face inward into the house and focus a little bit more. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. As we get used to now as a family of 5, we may be making some more of these vlogs, getting back to normal. So bear with us, and thank you for sticking with us and growing with us. We appreciate each and every one of you. If you like what we do, you can become a patron at patreon.com/thepostmodernfamily. Thanks. See you guys later. Bye.